call it a current account, and now they're changing their names every month. And I used to pay only 250 for the service. But I realized that when I checked my statement, I was paying 565 on some months, 400 and something.
Yeah.
And when I drilled down, I realized that I did a lot of instant payments to people, and I
Mm.
did a lot of transactions where I would use my American Express card to withdraw money. And I didn't know that they do charge me if I'm using the American Express other than the
Mm.
other normal MasterCard. So yeah, I'm also a spender. I would save money and take it out of my excess bond. I would save money
Sure.
and take it out of my just investment. And I was
Yeah.
so bad in such a way that I used to pay my bond like extra 5,000,
Mm.
of which the 12,000 is a fixed one. The 5,000 was, I was trying to do the they call it immunization or something, where
Mm.
you pay twice in a month, not just once.
Mm.
So in total, I had paid over 40 grand, but I withdrew it. I didn't even know what I
Mm.
bought. The only thing I can tell you, I did the solar, but I don't know what I did with the rest of the money. So what I found on my statements, it was shocking.
Mm.
And this time when I got paid, I said to my sister, because she's the one that's also influencing me, I said to her, I am not spending a cent. So
Love
far,
it.
I haven't spent a cent on myself. I just bought groceries and paid my municipality, of which the way I was so bad. I did not pay municipality for three
Sure.
months. And today, when I went and paid, I had to pay 5.2 because I haven't been paying. Instead, I was paying
Spending.
myself with clothes that I don't even wear.
Shittiness. Mm.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the group, and I did pay myself. Yeah,
Lovely.
I want to invest better because I do invest, but I still take the money out, so of which it's not helping me. And I've realized
Yeah.
that I need to have a consistency in my self saving because
Mm.
soon I'll be like over
Over.
65, and therefore I need to have good investment, and I would love to have a an investment plan, I mean a retirement plan where I would get over 20,000 at least per month. So I don't want to go
Mm.
like broke and not even buying what I want to buy at the time.
Yeah.
So I want to build more of my retirement fund.
Good, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I think now we'll just go into that part of paying yourself first. But I see you read what is happening in the group, so you understand the language. So that is also I like it because we haven't talked on that. But the point of the exercise is so that you see where your money goes. Because when it comes to money, guys, most of us we are on autopilot. When it comes to having money, we it's like there's another because money is spiritual. Money is psychological as well. So we have a tendency of avoiding certain realities when it comes to money, and we have it, we go, we spend it based on how we feel, which is that spiritual element of it. So if we spend money based on how we feel, Ulysses Lindiwe is putting money aside, trying to finish a bond faster, which is a good plan, but she somehow sometime in the end of within the month she withdraws that money and spends on things that she does not need. But there is an underlying cause to that. There is a certain behavioral issues that are influencing our decisions on how we spend money. And the point of the questionnaire is for me to pick up the root. There is a root cause that is making you to have a plan but don't follow the plan. Where you know, most how many of us know about we have this plan, but yo, if I can win a lotto, if I can win or rough, this is what I would do. Who can tell me if you were to win 10 million, what would you do? Just, you don't have to raise your hand. You can just unmute and talk. And then if you were to win 10 million tomorrow, who's talking?
Hi, Bansi. If I were to win 20
Hi.
million tomorrow, can you hear me?
Yes. You are doubling it. Okay, it's fine. Let's do the 20.
Oh, 10 million. Oh, but
Hayi, uyayifuthanda imali izimkhithi.
I would get out of debt, but that's the first thing, like debt,
Debt, ne?
and
Okay.
then exit, and then buy myself property,
Mm-hmm.
and then invest on my son's future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know whether I stop working or not and open up my own practice
What?
and work for myself. Yeah, but I have a problem. I'm an impulsive person. Can I be very honest?
Be very
I'll call
honest. That's
all
the
my
point.
family. I'll call all my family members, my siblings.
You fly to
Okay,
Paris.
everyone must state their debts and then pay them off for them. And yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Thank you, Zimkhithi. Who else wants to go? No one. Aibo, guys. If no one wants to
Hello. Hi.
yes.
You're speaking to Pinky. It's just that mine is similar to
Yes.
the other one that was here, so I won't be.
It's
I will
fine.
give another person a chance.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
Thabang? No problem.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Oh,
Hi. Yes.
I'm currently sitting at that situation right now. So what I did, I helped my dad pay the debt, and I donated some of the money to my granny. Her house burned out in 2024. So I'm left with the remaining, and I invested some for Capitec. And then the remaining, that's why I'm here. I don't know what to do.
Okay, good. That's fine. That's fine. We'll go into detail. Yes, Thabang, you wanted to say something?
yeah, I think based on my current situation is firstly I go draft a will. Just
Okay.
make sure that my
Good
family
for
is
you.
secured. Then
Very
I don't know.
smart.
Yeah, if then maybe I don't know. Maybe I'd like secure like 95% or 90%, and the rest, guys. I've been punishing myself too long. Probably tell the rest.
Yeah, most of you eating groceries at 400.
Please don't judge.
No, it's fine. Okay, thanks. Who else wants to go? Who else wants some? Who would want
Hi,
to go
Banzi.
to Paris and have lunch in Paris,
That's
have
me.
lunch in Venus? Yes.
I
How
would
do you
I
want to
would
spend
take
it?
my sister on a vacation where we would just sit and discuss what are we going to do with this money. But I will definitely involve my sister, but we'll have to be away from everyone.
Away.
Not tell anyone, yes. Just the two of us to
And
just
then
to
build
think,
more and then
yes.
renovate more. Can't
Buy
renovate.
properties, buy properties, settle my bond, buy for her as well and invest the rest. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All right. But you seeing, guys, who else wants to go? Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Bansi.
Dr.
Yes.
Okay, for me, I think I will first settle my debts and I will invest the money and I will create a trust for my family because I don't see anyone who would be able to handle cash money. So I would set up it in so that maybe it gives them monthly income. And then I would just invest. I don't think I'll buy property because I don't want to deal with maintenance, tenant, and all of that. So I just invest, and then I would just child the money. I will travel. I don't have a child. I'm young, so I will spend the money. That's just me.
How old are you?
I'm turning 30 soon.
Okay. Isn't
Yeah.
right. Yes, Ngobil. Is it Ngobil or who else who wanted to say something?
I'll go.
Okay.
With my current situation, I would settle up we've got 4 properties. I would settle them up. And then there's one where we would love to, so I come up like flatlets because it's mostly communes. We do flatlets. And then definitely my biggest dream is a KFC franchise. And then invest the rest.
Okay. Who else? The last person?
Hi, everyone.
Okay, give this.
Can I
Yes.
go?
Mm-hmm.
I would not use even a cent of it for
Okay.
about a year. Invest it, and then after it has made some interest, then I take that interest and see what I can
Yeah.
do.
How long have you been in the group? This is a beginner session when this is not, this is a beginner session. Don't reveal our secrets. How long? 13 years?
About a month.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. All right. But okay, you are familiar with my content.
Yes.
Yes. But guys, yeah, that's the one. But I don't want to get there because that's what we'll be discussing in the future within the syllabus of things that we'll be talking about. But based on what I'm hearing, there are a lot of people here in this group that are allergic to money. Yes, guys. We based on the answers, I am hearing that there is allergy to money here because most of the people here, and even those who did not speak, they know themselves. But the first thing that comes to mind, this is how you know you have an allergy to money. The first thing that comes to mind is to spend. First thing, you want to give it away. Eating ifuna iphume. If your first thinking when it comes to receiving money is to give it away, then there is a problem. That is just, and a lot of us, we can say, "Kuba, hi, when I get money, I'll invest, I'll do this, and without understanding our allergy of money and what is our underlying behavior, what is influencing our behavior when it comes to money and spending, then you will be like those people who are on I Blew It. Those people, they've always known, yes, if I get money, I'll do this and this and this. And they immediately they get it, they don't even do those things that they said they were gonna do. They spend it, they even buy properties, some of them, they buy cars, they do things, but they don't understand that with the property, you have to pay maintenance, you have to do this, and if you're winning 10 million and you're buying a property, 4 million, and a car, 1 million, and maybe give the money away, then this 4 million property has to pay rates. You're buying this property in an estate that has to pay levies. Now you've finished the money. Now you can't maintain this property, and now you have to sell it. So most of the people that won the lotto are in a far worse position than when they before they won the lotto, because they would quit their jobs, they would start businesses that won't make money. They give money away because there is an underlying psychological behavior that is influencing their spending. And that is what we are going to start with in the next session. I want to know, are there other people that did the homework, guys? It's important, like I said, if we don't do the homework, then it will not, what I'm trying to do is not going to be of value. Yeah, because most of the responses I'm getting, I am tailoring it. So the responses that I got from the people now, I was able to look and see what content can we introduce that is going to help improve our relationship with money. So I want us now, the people that did the homework of looking into your expenses, I want us to come and talk. If there are no people that are talking, then we'll end the session and then we'll revisit again next week. Or in the web, but the calendar is full. We'll have to revisit this topic in the next month if we are not doing the homework. Okay, who wants to go? I'm not sure, guys. Are you raising your hands that you want to talk, or you've raised your hands, you forgot to lower your hands? If you wanted to talk, keep your hands raised. If you don't want to talk, lower your hands. Okay, so I'm assuming all these people that have raised their hands are people that are talking. So we will start with manager UA Mainland. Manager. Okay.
Sorry, Benji, my hand has been up. It's a mistake. It's regarding for those who are new or who are here for the first time.
Okay, so guys, raise your hands if you are going to talk now. If you are not going to talk, please lower your hand. So, Musiwa, are you going to talk? Musiwa, Ravale. Guys, can we please raise our hands or lower your hands if you are not talking? Ne? I want people that want to talk. Okay. Snenhlanhla?
Evening, Banji, and the community. I did do the homework on the questionnaire that was given to us, but I didn't do on my bank statement. I'm gonna give the reason why I didn't do on the bank statement. I didn't do a homework on my bank statement.
Okay.
What I usually do with my bank statement, I think I'm a bit disciplined, just a bit disciplined with money, but I'm not with it. So what I usually do with my bank statement, I've got a bookkeeper who does my books. I'd say maybe after every 2 months.
So are you using a device, some device for your headphones or something? We're struggling to hear you.
I have my headphones on.
Oh, do you mind taking them off maybe so that you can just see if it's better?
Let's see. If I am able to do that. Am I audible now?
Much better.
Oh, okay. All right. So what I was saying is that I did fill up the questionnaire, but not the one that is a Qonda Imali. On that one, I haven't. On the first questionnaire that was sent, I filled up, and what I found that was most interesting for me is that at the end of the questionnaire, it gives you the insights of the type of investment that are recommended to you and the reasons. I found that to be very insightful and very useful. And then on the bank statements, I did not do the homework on the bank statements because it's something that I normally do. And it's one thing that I used not to give attention on up until I'm self-employed. So I employ a full-time bookkeeper. So with having a bookkeeper on hand, there are times whereby they have to prepare your SARS documents and submit. Yes. At first, when I started with her, I could not believe it because I will send her my bank statements, and then he will send me maybe a 5-page a 5-page of transactions that I have to explain what did I withdraw this money for, what did I use this money for. So that helped me in a way of being able to keep yes, to keep disciplined. So that one was not an issue at all for me. But what I also realized with the importance of the emergency fund, now this is out of what we're talking about right now. What I've realized with the importance of the emergency fund, I had an incident, I think it was last week, if not last week. Hence, I said that I'm self-employed. So what happened is there was a payment that I was waiting for, but for some reason there were some delays, and I had something that required money. So I ended up taking 12,600 rand from my savings, of which it left me with a sore wound. As much as I know that I will replace it, but as I looked back into it, I was like, should I have had an emergency fund? This is where I was supposed to take this money that I needed urgently and use it. So I'm basically learning, and I see the importance and the impact of being on this group.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But at the end of the month, now that you know where your money goes, how much money then do you don't pay yourself a salary, or since you're self-employed, or how do you earn your money?
Banzi, I used to pay myself a salary that was prior COVID because, everything was running smooth, and then one was so comfortable, with the future, as if it was guaranteed, So I used to pay myself a salary and, pay my personal taxes and all those things. But ever since COVID, I haven't been able to. So what I will normally do, for instance, I know that maybe if I have this job that is going to give me this much, and then I will know, okay, maybe this much is going to cover me for groceries, maybe for the period of 3 months, and then this one is going to cover for for the school fees for the kids, fuel, these daily things that we need to run our lives. But at the moment, I haven't been able to. And then what I have been doing, I have been trying to clean my credit profile, because when everything is running smooth, and then you're making money, and then you're getting these offers from the banks, you qualify for this overdraft, you qualify for that for this credit. If you don't have enough knowledge of finances, you just sign up, and then you are cruising, and then the next thing, the business goes down, and then you are into debt. So for the past 3 to 4 years, I've been trying to clean up my debt in such a way that last year, December, I managed to close off my FNB overdraft. I had two business accounts with FNB, so I was able to close one overdraft with FNB, and then I'll be closing the second one this month, and then I will be starting with my personal credit card with Nedbank. So I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I hear you. But I think for now, that before you even take that credit card, let's look at how much you can pay yourself from the business, so that we then can manage even that credit card, because we also don't just want to take too much from the business,
Okay.
Yeah, so that just to manage things, so that you can also see what you're working for.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. At least you have someone who's keeping control, who's monitoring you and your spending, and now you don't just spend anyhow. You see?
Yes.
So, and what we are trying to fix here is that we can be conscious spenders. I don't think here maybe except for the few people that are here, like Otabang and all, but we want conscious spenders. When you are going to sit and look into your finances and decide prior spending what you are spending on this month. That's what we need. That's why the exercise is for you to look into your financial statements, your statements, see where the money is going, because there it is, you are not aware. You are just on autopilot, automatically just spending things based on how you feel. And what we are trying to fix now, because the problem here is that we are going to see from all people like Orlando that we're talking now, who have money that they put aside, but something happens, something tells them, hey, let me do this. Then they draw from their savings. So when you are going to be a long-term investor, you can't have that mindset. We need to fix this mindset before you start investing, because what is going to happen? You are going to invest in some company, in some shares, and get a good deal, but something is going to happen. You want to sell. You want to trade in those shares, and then it defeats the whole point. Remember, we are here to learn about compounding. We are trying to compound, and the only way to earn a compound interest, or to benefit from compound interest, is if you leave money in there for a number of years. So if you don't, then you're not going to gain the full value. So we need to fix those things that are influencing our spending. Okay. Not Mano. Mano Mtimkul. You can unmute your mic.
Hi, Banzi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, Mina, I missed out on the last week's meeting. I was attending, but not fully. So I would grab some of the things here and there. I did complete the questionnaires, both of them, and I sent them through. For the bank statements, I did go through it, but it wasn't because of the homework. It was because I had a meeting with Uban, so of course I had to go through it. One thing I realized is I'm a very much impulsive spender, and my biggest, I don't know, weakness, so what do I call it? But my biggest weakness is the online shopping. Like I shop a lot. My statements is full of all those online sites that I use, and that's where a lot of my money is bleeding.
And what did we say earlier?
We said we pause and we decide. Like give it some time.
Not the pausing. What was influencing? Did you think about it?
Oh yeah, the emotion, the psychological part of it. Yeah. Anity, with our upbringing and our relationship with money, and like those childhood traumas they embedded, and they whatever we went through as kids, they kind of influence our decision making when it comes to finances. So yeah, all those online shopping, they kind of like a way of dealing with the underlying issue, which is a psychological factor. I don't know. I still have to figure that out. What is actually happening there?
Didn't you experience in your childhood that lack, maybe where you're seeing other kids that had more, and when you couldn't get everything that you wanted, and now you are finding that you are trying to fix that gap, close and heal that inner child?
I am doing that now, because when you're growing up and Ekaya, there's little money available, and the thing that's always ringing in your mind is, when I grow up, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then when you grow up, you end up doing things that are unnecessary. Yeah, like you spend money on the things you don't really need, just because I don't know whether you want to feel that I can afford this or what exactly is going on. But yeah, I'm one of those people that still need to figure out the psychological part of like the relationship with the money. Yeah.
And that is the point of that exercise, is so that you see, because you're realizing, man, did I really need this? I didn't really need this thing. But for some reason, there was something in me that said, buy this thing.
And it
And
even gives me a reason. You need
it
this. Why
convinces
you need
you.
this?
Exactly. But it is really that inner child that was a lack, that never had in the things that they wanted. Now that you have some money, you want to overcompensate and heal. But ke ngoku, the thing is, it can never be healed. It's like it's an ever-consuming vacuum. So that's why you find people that would buy the same car. Like, this Madlanga commission, the Ferrari. You're buying a blue Ferrari, four of the same car. It's this need inside that is now you end up being even on Madlanga commission, even if you are earning hundreds of thousands, but you still want more and more and more and more. And you don't understand that this deep need is what is really you are trying to feel, but it can never be filled by this money because it is deeper, it's psychological, and that is what we need to address. That's what we'll be addressing. So yeah, I don't want to go into we'll talk about it. But who resonates with what I'm saying? Who here can say yes, I understand? You can just before we come to Monique. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Bansi. I
Thank
think
you, man.
I'm
Thank
done.
you. Yeah, who wants to respond to what I've just said now? And then we'll have Monique. Dinero, do you want to respond to what I've said? Who wants to respond? Guys, let's feel free to, we can just talk. We're having a conversation.
Hi, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I wanted to say the emotional aspect, you made me think a lot. Especially, I keep on thinking about my mom. When we were younger, every time there's an issue at home, you could see that she's sad. And when she wanted to feel good, she's like, "You guys need to bath, let's go." And when we go out, then we are eating out. If you need anything, just buy me, then you come back home. But my father, on the other hand, he was very, very structured, but you had to earn what you wanted. But he made sure that you had everything that you needed. But when I think about it now, as an adult, I'm like, do I need to? But it's a feeling, man. It's a feeling that you're trying to fulfill. You say this because I've just recently started looking at investment videos. I'm like, why is it that I continuously want to spend this money? Like, there's this thing. It's a good feeling inside, and I think I probably get from my mom, and she's still that way, you know. I don't know, and I'm trying to say to my kids, man, when we give you 100 rand, think about tomorrow. Don't spend the entire thing. Think about what's gonna happen the next day. But I'm
But
still
Cindy,
worried.
yes, you are
Doesn't mean
saying
I'm
that now. You are saying it out of your mouth, and you are trying to teach your kids to be more responsible, but when are you not? And kids, they look at you not what you are saying, but what you are doing.
That's so true. And I think that's the reason why I decided I need to be part of this community, because there's no way. I've had so many opportunities where I had a lump sum of money, but I can't really do anything for it. And it's so painful when you realize, I'll be 40 soon, and my husband is hardworking. But I mean, you always have to think about, what can you do? What is it that you can still do to make sure that things are okay or kids are good? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are able to learn and change these things. And I just want to change, man. I'm just tired. I want a different type of life. It's because the money's there. There's opportunities to make money, but then why is it always flowing out so easily? Crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to share that it's definitely an emotional thing, and I it's funny because I just thought of my mom, and I could still see us going to Kempton Park, go sitting at Wimpy, and just, what do you want to eat? Whatever.
Yeah. And that's why we have that questionnaire, because we are trying to trigger and get to the core of why you do the things you are doing. Why are you irresponsible with money? Hence we are encouraging you to answer the question so honestly, so that we can get to the core and then we fix the core. Because once we silence that noise that says spend money, then you will start being in a different position. You will see things differently. Now you will be able to go after investments because you've silenced that noise. Yes, Monique?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi everyone. So I did the homework. I did only half of the homework. So the questionnaire, I haven't answered the questionnaire yet, but I did look at my bank statements. So when it comes to my bank statements, I think for me, the biggest problem is when I go to the mall. Like if I'm at home, there's no spending that is happening, right? If I'm at home, it's okay. But there's that one day a month when you go to the mall and then you sort of had like that YOLO mentality and you're like, okay, you know what? I this is on special. I might as well get it because I'm gonna use it, you know? Then this is on special. I might as well get it. Then you walk out of this game with like a 6,000 rand bill that you've literally just spent on stupid stuff like skincare and stuff like this. For me, that's what I usually spend my money on. So that's what I think. Like I was checking my bank statements and I literally spent last month, and this is something that like I don't do it often, right? But when I do it, it's like a lot. So I was checking my bank statements and I saw that I literally spent like 6,000 rand last month and I cannot even account for that 6,000 rand. I have nothing to account for it. I have nothing to show for it. And it was one trip to the mall. So, but like yeah,
Sure,
like on a
Monique.
usual day, like I don't spend. But like when I go to the mall, there's just something that's in me, you know, and
How
it
does
it
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 feel?
takes me.
How does it feel when you have those bags, when you are buying? Are you conscious? Do you think about it? Do you just see yourself swiping? Because you are either going to the mall sober-minded, conscious, or you
Mhm.
are going based on a feeling. There is a feeling that is carrying you that is saying, go here, go there.
Mhm.
It's like you are someone
Mhm.
else is in the driver's seat. And then
Yes.
only when you look at the bank statement, like, oh wow, I spent this amount. We're not in the driver's seat.
Mhm.
Mm.
You know, when I spend the money, I feel like there's something in my tummy. It's a good feeling, you know. It's like it's like a I need this, you know. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like I don't know, you it's like you just got a breath of new fresh air,
Mm. Did you
if you
grow up in a
understand.
family where there was always money or there was not
No,
enough money?
there was not enough money,
Mm.
no.
Yeah, yeah. So that is part of that reason of you are it's that inner child that never had enough, that never even had anything that they
Mm-hmm.
wanted. Now that you're in a position of getting the things that you want, now that inner child is up and it
Mm-hmm.
takes over. And
Yes.
then you are not aware, and then you think as now as an adult, but you are now wasting
Mm-hmm.
money without you realizing. So if you have 6,000 rands disposable, can I see a proof of payment next month paying yourself, putting there in the time bank? Are we committing? Clearly.
You know, Bansi, you know, as much as I spend, I also invest. Like, yes,
Mm,
I spend 6,000 rand, but I also invested 10,000
you
rand.
do have
So I
investments.
do invest
Oh,
money, but I also spend it. That's my thing. I
okay.
invest money, but I also like to spend it.
So this is the money you've set aside for spending. Because there's a difference. If you can say, okay, I'm earning 30,000 and my expenses are 10,000. I've got 20,000 left. 10,000 I'm gonna invest. The 10,000 is just for whatever that I want to spend on. Is that how you structured it?
You know, I don't really structure. I don't have a budget. I think that's part of the reason as well why I spent the 6,000 rand because I don't have a budget.
Mm,
I just like if some
yeah.
like I just put away 10,000 rand. Like some months I can put 15. Like it just depends, you know. Like if I go to the mall, I spend. That's the thing. And I love paying as well. That's another thing that I need to stop doing. When my friends come over, I'm always that friend who pays. I'm that friend like, oh no, you know what, Chomi? No, it's okay. I'm gonna pay. You know, I'm that
But
friend.
but there's a reason why you're doing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why you want to pay for your friends. There's a
Yeah.
deeper reason, because even if you're always paying for your friends constantly and you're not getting anything from your friends as well, then it means you are buying friendships. So we need to understand, why do you want to buy your friendships?
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it in a blunt way, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a deeper reason why you want to do that.
Yes.
But let's try, we're gonna do the budgeting and then see. But let's say maybe try and budget and then see if you are able to stick to it, or if you're really spending, or there is a deeper, because you are saying you are investing. Are you saving or just investing as well? Or you want to start investing?
No. I have an easy equities. I invest every
Okay.
single month.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Monique. Then no, it's fine. Then I think as long as there's money that you set aside, that this is what I was going to spend, because
Mm-hmm.
we can't all be frugal and eat
Yes.
and be like Tabang and eat water and pap and fruit. But as long
Yes.
as you can set aside, and then that's what is important. We need to set
Mm-hmm.
money aside for a particular reason and stick to it. But if we can't, then it means we have a problem. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thanks, Monique. Tabang, I'm playing now.
I think my only fear is like I'm scared of spending money because I feel like you said, money is spiritual in some sense. So I feel like if I just blow whatever money I have, like I'll never get the opportunity to have that type of money ever again. I know maybe it might be like some negative stigma attached to it, but
Yeah.
I just,
And you
guys,
also
I'm scared.
And you also grew up in Lekne. You didn't have enough growing up.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, I never grew up poor or whatsoever. Yeah, maybe my parents, but me, nah, no, I
But
went
you
to go
didn't.
school and
But still, yeah, but also a problem, because yes, I think like, that saying too much of everything is not bad, ne? Because
yeah.
yes, when you might be, there's a story of a man actually who lived in who was collecting, these cans and stuff. He died as an old man. When he died, he stayed most in a small house with junk, because he's a junk collector, and he would sell those cans and collect money. He lived so frugal that when he died, he had, this was an American story, so 100,000, which is like over millions, like in $100,000. This is in the 1920s. $100,000 would be like 8 million in today's times. So he lived so frugal, but he had these monies hidden everywhere because he was so scared of spending. So there's that also fear, that is saying, the winning is not gonna be, you are going to lose, you're not going to, you're not gonna have more. That if you are guided by fear and of lack, and you don't have to be poor or grow up poor for you to have a spiritual lack mindset. Now, that also is not good. It's not healthy, because now you're going to save and hoard and keep this money, and then you can die where you didn't give yourself that ability to, at least, because you also need to enjoy life as well. What is important here is, for you to be conscious in what you are doing and do things that you are planning. So you can't starve yourself, you can't, but have an ability to enjoy life as well, but also it's like having a balanced life. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, you need to have a balance. You need to have fun sometimes. You need to be able to do the things that you also want to enjoy, as well as being responsible. Having, hence we're saying, pay yourself a percentage. You know that this money, it goes to investments. This is for emergency fund, and this is for me to go maybe a movie, popcorn, treat myself to a dinner. All of having just a balanced life is very important. Not operating from fear and not operating from that inner child that never had enough, that wants to just spend and without being conscious. I don't know if you follow, Thabang.
Yeah, no, I follow you. Because it's like, it's the same conversations I have with my work best friends. Because I'm the youngest in the company, and my best friends are like in their 50s. So they always say, no, you need to enjoy life. What if tomorrow you pass on and you never got a chance to spend a portion of whatever money you have saved? So yeah, but yeah, it's things like that.
Yeah. Did you complete the questionnaire?
Oh no, honestly, I didn't complete the questionnaire, but I did the bank statement.
I'm really interested to seeing your answers there. Please, Onika, just make
I'll
sure
submit it tomorrow.
you give it aside ne? When you get it. I want to see yours, but it's important, Thabang, it's very important that you have a balanced life, because you're gonna get married and you're gonna frustrate your wife.
I know. Because I think as far as peer pressure, I honestly speaking, I won't say I'm immune to it, but I can just brush it off. I'm not phased by looking, but
No, but never mind peer pressure. I mean, like, what is it that you would want to do to enjoy yourself, just to treat yourself?
Honestly,
not thinking about other people, but what is it that you would want to do to enjoy like to have fun? If it's traveling, if it's anything that is about you to give you that just something that you're going to enjoy, because also being so tense and self-depriving, ne? That's also, it can add to the stress, because now you have no release, you have nothing that is making you to like, oh, after facing so many challenges in the day, this is what is now giving me peace of mind. So if you don't have that, it adds up and it can build up, and a disease comes in through when you are not at ease. When you are not at ease spiritually, mentally, then it means you are tense. And when you are tense, you are stressed. And then when you are stressed, you are compressed. And that's where you are at dis-ease. You are not at ease. So that's where a disease comes in, because you are at dis-ease. So it's very important that you find a stress reliever, something that is going to make you to be at ease, so that you don't attract disease.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's
I
very important. Yeah. You're not looking at what other people are doing. You are looking at what is going to make you at ease, what is going to make you enjoy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your statements. I am sure when you didn't spend it.
No, I did, but it's things like, because I've got a lot of sisters, so it's just money to my sisters, my cash send. Yeah, these cash sends, I think they charge like maybe $5, and I probably send. I'm even afraid to say how many I send a month, but I think that's it on my side.
Now do the questionnaire then, so that we can see in the element you have black tax as well.
Okay.
Thanks, Thabang. Ongezwa?
Hi everyone. For me, Banzi, I did the questionnaire, that one of points. I didn't see the other one, but I will definitely do it. And then when it comes to spending, I didn't look at my bank statement, but I already know that it's shopping. I call it a reward when I call it, because I'm working in mining. Mining is hectic. So if I go out of my house, which is hardly, because I'm not a person that goes out a lot, I know the moment I step out, I'm going to spend, because I'm going to go to Fortune, I'm going to go in every shop that I see there. And if I see something, definitely I will buy. So that money is not planned for that.
It's not planned. That's the problem. That's where the problem is.
But most importantly, I think I'm balanced, because I the first thing I do with my salary, I pay my rent and then put money aside for food, because I know maybe during the weekend I will buy grocery. I send money to my mother and then to my son. And then I think about 70% of it, then I put it in my savings. Because for now, I'm in a temporary contract, so I'm not sure what to do with my money. So most of it, I'm putting it on savings. That's why I joined this group, because I want to learn about the investment, equities, and the more interest rate. Because with banks, I always get frustrated when I'm asking them about their interest rate. It's always low. So I'm like, this much money can't give me this interest. This is too low. This is too low. So I'm like, okay, I've seen your TikTok, I've been following you. I'm like, okay, let me join this group. Because the most important thing I want to is to invest in long-term educational plan for my son, policies and all those kind of stuff. So I'm interested into learning that, because I know with saving, I don't have a problem. But I don't like the fact that it's not giving me the interest I want.
It depends. Yeah. Okay. No, thank you so much, Mrs. Ungus. That's what we are going to be learning. But it's just that we now firstly we just need to clean house first, make sure everything is in order, clean house internally, clean house mentally, everything, so that when we're starting the investment journeys, we don't have pressure. We know we've got families that are what we need to clean house, so that we know we are just gonna cruise easy when we're wanting to invest our monies. All right. I think let me end there. I'm gonna encourage you guys to please do the homework. And please complete both of the questionnaires. We want to know the type of investor that you are. I want to know what is influencing your spending. That is very important, ne? So, Onika, do you want to say something? Okay, should I finish up and then you can come up?
No, it's part of the conversations. And just from Mutaban, another thing, as Tina, as Black people, because I know it from me personally, is that with regards to black tax, you must also have a budget for it. If you can say no, please say no, or else you're gonna burn out. You're gonna burn out trying to save everyone, and when I look back, Uguti, you've been working for 5 to 7 years. You have nothing to show for yourself. Because every time you wanna be a hero of his stories are going. So please be mindful of that also. Thank you so much.
Wanna respond, Tabang?
Thinking about it is because I feel, I won't say, yeah, in a way pressure, because I'm like the only son. So it's like, I have to look after my sisters and whoever comes after me.
Yes, I understand.
Even my older sisters as well, but just in general, being the only son it's a lot.
I understand at the first point. Sit them down, tell them this is how much you can afford for them, and this is how much you have for them. And if you don't have more, or if they overspend and they need something in the month, or they short with something in the month, you can't do it, because this is so much you can afford. If you have 3 sisters, if you're willing or you can afford giving them 1,000 rand each, tell them, hey sis, this is so much I have for you each and every month. So I'm willing to give this. This is this stagnant amount, and it's gonna stay like this. So no favors in between, no everything, unless it's a emergency that you need to. Been working for like 10 to 11 years, but I have something not to show for, because my younger siblings, when they were doing their first day, I was there. My mom, when they are there, I was there for everyone, trying to sort out everyone, trying to take care of it. It gets to a point where when you're just lying in your bed, reflecting and looking back, well, I achieved a lot, man. If I was not. Yes, black tax is part of us. We are Africans. We need to take care of our parents never, even our parents never get to something, but have a budget of your black. And on that budget of yours, just make sure you don't go overboard. I'm not saying cut what you do for them. Do the same. If you buy, not earning, but plan for that. This has to be part of your budgeting so that your sister doesn't come with an in-between, because they must know something strict like that. I can't just come with an in-between to say, and I would think people that are like that, I have cousins that are like that.
Okay, Onika, your line is bad.
Okay, sorry. I have a cousin that's in Durbanville. Can you hear me now?
It's breaking.
Fancy? It's fine. I think I've
okay. You've triggered something here because people now want to respond. Yes, viewer. If you want to respond or you want to say something, can I unmute your mic? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good. To the young gentleman. Okay, firstly, I didn't do my questionnaires. The confusion is that I'm not a spender, but I'm interested in more of long-term and short-term investment, and more long-term is for my kids, due to the life, it's too expensive. So I want to have long-term investments for them, like 10, 15 years. I've got 3 kids. My aim is to at least invest about 500 each in the next 3 years. I'm unemployed, but I will sort that out for myself. And in my bank account, I've got 18,000 rand. My aim is to have the 46 before end of, let's say, July, and invest it in the TFSA, hopefully, and then learn more in regards to investment. But I wanted to comment Tabang. Tabang, ubanzi ukhuluma iqiniso makathi spoil yourself, boy. Do that. If it means having to cut certain things, and even your sisters, ngizokutshela something. The reason why ngifuna uqala all this, ngagula last year in a condition bathi mock. In that mock, it was stress, depression, overworked, and everything. Angisasebenzi manje. And that caused me to sit down and say, you know what? I've been giving people money. I've been doing this for people. At the end of the day, the month that you don't do that for them, they will not do it for you. You understand? So spoil yourself. Spoiling yourself, it's not what we Africans do of drinking alcohol and everything. But hiking, it's an activity to refresh your mind and detox. Driving to Durban and coming back, go swim in the beach with a friend the whole day and just come back. You spend less than 1,500 rand. You don't need that budget, the 20,000 of booking and sleeping in a hotel and drinking and all. No, that thing. Few weeks back, I learned from a neighbor. She colors. There's an adult coloring book. It actually relaxes your mind. Things that we do not know, Tina, abantu abamnyama, sisitshela ukuthi masiphuzile, that's the activity. And that one yokuphuza makes you even go beyond your budget, because now you're in a happy state and you don't even think, oh no, I should spend carefully. So find those. If it means walking at the mall with a friend and having an ice cream, it's also a spoiling moment. It doesn't have to be extraordinary. You will have times where you have your extraordinary moments. So allow that to yourself. And if I heard correctly, you say you give your sisters, they are older guys. They have to be giving you, if I heard right, they should be spoiling you once in a while, not every time you need to give them. They have to be responsible. If you feel they need, but to let them start their hustles, and as a SID, sponsor those hustles that are going to give them that allowance of 5,000 or 500 rand that's supposed to come out of your pocket. My husband did that. Then they stopped selling those things every time, and he felt like, no, you guys are not responsible for your own finances. You are being leeches, and it's not fair on me. Today we don't even talk to them because they just wanted to be leeches.
Exactly.
It's unfair, really, because impilo manje is expensive. I'm worried if 2 million, by the time our kids, a normal house in a 3-bedroom, how much is it going to be then? That's why I'm thinking of those investments. At least by then, if they have about 3 million in their account, they've got something to fall on or to stand. You understand? So by the time bakhula bone, my youngest is 19 months, but so billions. Millions will not have value. You understand? So that's why I'm unemployed. Yes, but I will make a plan. I will pay my subscription because I want to learn and I want to invest for them. You understand? It's high. We didn't have opportunities. We create. You think, you believe, you push, you will reach there one day.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Simba. Thank you so much. That's very, yeah, that's powerful. Nomsandla Dlala.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to add, but I feel like only hands
Hello.
who I have just said a mouthful. I did, first
Add
of
your
all, I did
voice.
one question, I haven't done the other. And I am like Usis Ongeza, when I spend, I'm like, I think I'm balanced in a way. So when I do spend, it's more like you mean it, I deserve this, I worked hard and all of that. So I just want to learn investments and all of that. So I know I'm disciplined, but the discipline falls away when I'm like, bo, I need to spend something. Angeke. So yeah, but I just wanted to just close off because I put a little tick there on the chat to say Thabang reminds me so much of my father. Thabang, I grew up with a father who's exactly like you. And I laugh because I hear him a lot in you. And believe you me when I say he's very sick now, and I believe he didn't have hobbies because he spends so much of his time taking care of others, being fearful of money and all of that. And you watch that as a child and you ask yourself, Nami, I'm also frugal, but I've learned to. That's why maybe that comes in the spending. So and it all ends up what Banzi's saying about disease and Usimpiyo saying about disease, because you end up sitting there, umdala, you don't have anything to do, you don't know who you are because you've given yourself so much to other people and fear.
Exactly.
I think find hobbies, and it's like Simpiyo said, my hobbies is books. I buy and secondhand books. I'm not even buying new books. I love reading and I do books. That's my hobby. My hobby is, like she said, go out, hike. It's little things. Find who you are, and that will give you joy. Because I watch my father, and he left his joy of football because he couldn't afford this and this and this. And he started taking care of everyone, being fearful of money. I lived in a house where bread was counted, which, hey, you're eating this much, hey, you're eating that much, you're wasting, you're doing this, because it trickles down to the kids. You're young. I think you can change, and this is an opportunity for all of us to change. And I think everybody has said that. I hope you see it, because I lived in that household where everything was counted. It was not a nice household, and my mother was a splurger. So the frustration was there, as Banzi said, it was there. So I'm sorry, I feel like everyone is on Thabang, but I think you triggered what we all go through.
Yeah. Okay. Bui and then Tato and then okay, Thabang respond, and then we're gonna have Bui and then Tato and then Okay, you can respond, Thabang.
Yeah, I think maybe some things I looked at it at face value and never really got to introspect on the fears and the cause and the psychology behind my actions were me. But yeah, no, I understand, because I know people, even my mom used to complain. I think maybe like 2 weeks back, she complained, Thabang, because I turned 25 in early Feb, and she was like, "Are you too young to be taking life too seriously and things like that?" And I just brushed it off because I think I'm more of a person of structure. Because I'd love to know what tells in, guys, we've got a plan, so na so na so. And I think as far as just structuring into my finances, because I want to make sure we know I'm all right the day saying sure, because we look at everyone who's passed along a family, there was never a thing of what someone left a will or structured something for it's like Tina Sisbangan or the younger ones, abalandela Tina, to like, there's a way forward for umndeni ukuthi umndeni ukhuphuke yabo. So yeah, but I understand, and ngizwile, and I think I'll definitely make a change in my actions.
Definitely, you can definitely have the structure and not sacrifice yourself as well. You will have the structure. But I think when you're very much concerned about looking after, so we'll have to do our sessions private where you're doing your estate planning so that we make sure that you know that this part is taken care of. Then you have now your investments, you are doing them, they're fine. So whatever you have left, now you can now look into yourself and what will make you happy. And then you put and again, like they're saying here, Orlando, that some of these things don't even have to cost money because when you're fearful about spending. So hiking, certain things, taking a walk at the park, those things that can make you happy, you need to find and connect to yourself and do those things that will make you happy. But yeah, we'll have to do our own session where we sort out that because it's a major concern for you. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe talk to Onika and then we'll do that. Tato, are you still there? Because when you raise your hand and then you remove concern. Tato?
Yeah, my network is acting up today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hi everyone. Homework. I went shopping for work during the week last week, and it was like I'm shopping with Evans, and you were looking at me with those as uthi uze uthenge. That is not within what you are supposed to buy for work. I actually cracked laughing looking for Siam. It was fun shopping with you in your physical absentia.
You must make me a profile picture. So I look.
But doing the questionnaire on relationship with money, it just it brought childhood traumas and just made me really to sit down with myself to deal with the little girl in me, and just give the little girl attention for my own growth, and the people around me. And so I'm just in that journey of just allowing the little girl to be her and just look at what I really wanted to do and all of that. But actually, the reason why I raised my hand was to tell Thabang Ukuthi if he doesn't curb this giving money to the sisters when he marries, then the siblings are going to hate the wife. Ukuthi manje wena asathola imali ngenxa yakho. Our brother was fine all this time, and then you come in, and now everything changes. So yeah, that's the main reason why I had raised my hand.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Yeah, I must keep a screenshot of my face so that you know.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Good. Okay, Bui, and then Jabu, and then we can end.
Evening, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, from my side, what I can say is that I am disciplined when it comes to money, and I did check my statements. Yes, I saw the things that are there are the things that are supposed to be there.
Okay.
I don't feel guilty about whatever that is there because those are the most important things in my life that need to be there. And I also completed the questionnaire. And what I can say in terms of what I think one of the speakers said something about being frugal. I think I'm that type of a person. If, let's say, for instance, I go to a mall, I go and do whatever that I need to do, and then I come back home I don't get tempted. I don't even go to window shop. If I leave my house, I know that, okay, this is what I'm going there to do, and I will buy. And whatever that I have in my house, I paid it cash because I planned for it.
Yeah.
Yes, and one thing that I can say, in the lady is Tato, who just said something that I wanted to say to Tabang, is to say that when you get married, you're going to have a problem. Just make sure that you create boundaries now. Even if you have got money, you tell your sibling that no, you won't be able, because they will keep on asking. In Xhosa sometimes utele ngqweni evuzayo. You won't get full, yeah. And also what I can say, when I was growing up, I'm the youngest in my family, and I was the first person to have a job, a government job type of. And most of my nieces and nephews, I'm the one who helped them to go to school. But what I can say I'm proud of is the fact that they are now independent, to such an extent that even my 32-year-old daughter, I told her last year that she's old enough now to go and look for her own place. And she always laughs at me to say, you, mommy, you chased me away out of my home. But she's got her own place because I wanted them to be independent. Yeah, that's all that I can say. When it comes to money, yeah, I am disciplined, though I'm not that rich, but yeah, I'm also grateful to be on this group, because it's more like a therapy for me, because I'm learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sasboy. Dabula. Yeah. Jabu?
Good evening. Thank you for an informative session. I just wanted to just make sure that I understand. So we are paying ourselves on a monthly basis. Are we using specifically Time Bank for a reason? And also that money that we are saving, are we using it to invest, or is it like our pocket money for being good and paying ourselves a salary? Or are we supposed to utilize the same money to put in these investments? If you can just clarify that for me.
Okay, not a problem. All right, I think we'll end with that one. Thank you, Jabu. The reason why I think this is for even the new people now. So you are here to learn, and here I don't tell you what to invest and where to invest. I'm here to introduce concepts and understand what is happening in the financial markets. Then in the interim, because this is a 12-month program, so in the interim, you are learning, because there are people who just join and like, yo, where do I invest my money? What do I do? You don't even know what is happening and you want to spend it. So whilst you are learning, you are saving. Now, the interest rate. So one thing I think it was in Orlando. I said, okay. I was having a session with one of the guys in the group here, and I was so impressed when they were looking at their retirement annuities and the things that they were telling me about their retirement annuities. And I was like, oh, wow, this is the first time someone has come and raised these red flags that people don't normally look at. And they said that, no, it's because we are in the group that I was able to pick up these red flags. So they looked and saw, but okay, it's not performing. It's only earning 8.5. The fees are high and all of these things. And it was because of that they're able to now change and do and look for other things that are out there that are better. So that is what we are here for. So whilst you are learning and picking up these terms and trying to structure your life, we are investing, you are paying yourself, because you are supposed to pay yourself. And then this money that you are paying yourself, most of it must go, half of it, let's say 50-50 for now, 50% must go towards your saving, your emergency fund, so that when life happens, someone dies in the family, now you need to travel, you need to book you buy before the insurances pay out, you need to travel. You don't, borrow funds, you don't take credit, or you don't go to a mashonisa. You have an emergency fund that you can draw into, that you can access. So you open that Goal Save, you do the transaction so that you can get to 10%. The 10% is the highest return, that the highest interest you will earn in all the banks currently, and I think with African Bank as well, you can have that option. So you are paying yourself because, one, you were not disciplined, you were just spending money anyhow. So now you are going to be structured. So when you pay yourself, then you can pay everyone else. You can pay the bond, you can pay the car, you can pay the ShopRite or Woolworths. Then there you are doing it consciously as well. You're having a budget, you're sticking to it. If you can't stick to it, then it means there's a problem. That's what we will be dealing with. Why you can't stick to the budget. You set the budget, you're putting the money aside, and then the other money, you are also learning to be disciplined, to sacrifice, and to not take, like, Bankana University, they take from their excess bond, but which is defeating the purpose. So we are trying to run away from having to draw your investments. There are people who say, how do I withdraw the money that I've put in the easy equities? I'm like, why do you want to withdraw? Here we are about long term. So that is what it is for. So the reason why we are also encouraging you to complete the investor questionnaire is so that you understand the type of investor that you are, so that the programs that we'll be introducing to you, we don't bombard you with the trading, for example, organic cryptocurrencies, and when you're not about that, that is not for you. So it helps us to tailor the program to your type of your investor profile. So please complete that. And then when you understand your investor type, then you will even be able to understand, when you are seeing the calendar for the month, you know which ones you must attend, because it will talk to you. Yeah, well, so you don't just attend any. When we are doing the analysis of investing in properties that we're going to be doing next, investing in investment trusts, in property trusts, which one is it for you? Because it will talk to your investor profile. So that's what we are doing. So I encourage you, if you are still new, don't be quick to invest and buy whatever. Learn, understand what is happening, so that you make an informed decision. Okay. So please, guys, complete these questionnaires. I still have there's few. I want to do this once, where I can sit and then we can design the program. But I have to go through the questions, the responses, so that I understand the type of people that I'm dealing with, and then we'll be able to design a better program for the month of April and the months going forward. So please, let's do our half natne. I'm gonna do my part. You also must do your part. So let's complete the profiles. Let's complete the Know Your Money questionnaire. At least by Friday, everyone must have completed it. Okay, are we going to do that? Do you agree? Okay, clearly you're not gonna do it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we're going to do it.
We'll do it.
Okay, guys. Dinner. Okay, guys, have a good night.
I was just answering that I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it? Okay. Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night now.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you so Night. much.
Good night.
Eh, keep growing.